What do you think, Prime Minister? Could you get the railway built today? Let's not forget why John A. wanted an east-west railway. It's so that we wouldn't be so dependent on the Americans. But today, with the United States threatening tariffs, we need east-west trade more than ever before, and building that kind of project would be impossible. To start with, this Liberal minister would probably chain himself to a tree. Stephen Guilbeault, major Mark Carney supporter, got arrested climbing up the CN Tower and also climbing onto the roof of the Premier of Alberta's home, his private residence. He got arrested for those things, all to protest development. More recently, he said that the Liberal government will not support building any more roads. If you want to figure out how far back we've gone since John A.'s National Railway, consider this. To transport Alberta oil to Quebec, it needs to go through the United States, pipelines south of the border. That gives the Americans the power to cut off Canadians from our own energy supply. It must hurt you to hear that, doesn't it? Unbelievable. But it brings a smile to Donald Trump's face because he smells weakness. Worse than that, Liberals are actually forcing Canadians to fund Vladimir Putin's war machine. Despite promised sanctions on Russian oil, Canada is now even more dependent on fossil fuels from Russia.
So it may come as a surprise to many that Russian crude oil is still making its way to Canada and to the United States.
If we had more pipelines and refineries, we could replace all Russian energy with Canadian energy. We could also make hundreds of billions of dollars piping Western oil to the East Coast and then shipping it over the Atlantic, breaking European dependence on Putin and turning dollars for dictators into paychecks for our people. As Prime Minister, I'll hire ministers who don't get arrested for climbing up and protesting projects, but instead who will knock down barriers to east-west infrastructure like pipelines. And we will repeal the Liberal No Pipelines Law, C-69. But that alone will not be enough. After 10 years of watching Liberals destroy project after project, and after TransCanada Pipelines spent $1 billion on the Energy East pipeline only to have the government change the rules and kill the project, there may not be many investors willing to take a risk on Canada's governments. So, to remove that risk, investors need certainty up front, and I will give it to them. Today I am announcing the Canada First Energy Corridor. It will be a pre-approved right-of-way for pipelines, rail lines, power lines, and other resource infrastructure. This corridor will be pre-designated, ensuring that all level of governments have provided legally binding commitments to approve projects within them. Investors would no longer face endless regulatory limbo. First Nations would be involved from the outset, ensuring that economic benefits flow directly to them and that their approval is guaranteed before the dollars are even spent. We will bring home our money, business, paychecks, and energy independence. We will break our dependence on the US and become more attached to our fellow compatriots across Canada. And we will seek to honor the legacy of John A. Macdonald and his railway by adding pipelines, power lines, roads, and rail that bind our country together, one nation, bound into a united country, self-reliant, sovereign, standing on our own 2 feet. We will put Canada first. Let's bring it home.